Hi, I'm Travis, and welcome to Handcraft Overlanding. Today, I'm going to be installing some seat covers onto the Squirrely Ram. So let's first talk about the seat covers. So I chose to go with Carhartt, though they were definitely expensive, but they are a precision fit. And the reason why I chose this particular fabric is I didn't really see much online about reviews or overviews on these seat covers. With all the competition out there, it was just felt kind of hit or miss. Now these are expensive. I got both front and back. They were ordered individually and they were custom made. It took about a month and a half before I actually got them in. I'm hoping though that their quality will hold up because I am a big guy and I break stuff. So before I continue, I went ahead and opened the vehicle and started removing the headrests. But I wanted to show you a trick about these headrests. Because of their height, when you try to pull them out, they hit the roof. So the front ones, they tilt, so you have a little bit of extra room. These back ones do not. So let me show you how I pull these out. So for these back headrests, if you try to pull them up, hit the top right there. What I found is if you lift the bottom of the seat, it tilts them forward enough where they come straight out. This position might actually make it easy to install the back seat cover, but we'll see. Alright, so for these front headrests, I mentioned that they tilt forward. I found that they still kind of hit, and I didn't like that. So all I did, so I came here, pulled on the handle, and leaned the seat back. Then all you need to do is bring this up to the maximum height using this button. And this has a secondary button over here that you push on that. So I need a better view. So you push on the second button here. I actually had to hold them both down this time, but you push on it, it'll release. You see the simple locking mechanisms. Really easy to get out of. Okay, so with all the headrests removed, I'm going to start on the driver front. I'm going to work to the passenger front. I'm going to do the center console. Then I'm going to do the back seat. This kit's supposed to come with everything you need for the front. This is supposed to be everything you need for the back. We'll see how well they go on. So, if you happen to buy a set of these Carhartts, overall they feel like a good quality, they feel like good material, but one thing I want to point out, they're not packed very logically. It isn't driver side, center, passenger side. I found the driver side up on top, the passenger side, or the passenger side seat bottom next to it. It's just, so straight up, it's really hard to find them. They have these little labels here. The way it was folded, you couldn't really see them. They are adhesive, so they will come off. There's a good possibility that you will lose them. Another good way to identify it is if you look at the seam, because these 2020 Rams have airbags in the arms or seat sides. They have the little airbag label right there. So if you happen to mess it up, then that's an easy way to identify it. Alright, let's go get it set up for the first install. Alright, so starting with the driver's side, I'm going to go ahead and start by installing the back seat cover. The instructions aren't really that good. I would assume that it's fairly straightforward. Don't pull too hard because you don't want to pop your seams on the side. These are designed to rip along the airbag line. I know when I bought these, a lot of the posts said that they were really, really tight. This does not feel really tight on mine. Now the seat is held down, the seat bottom is held down with these clips, these Velcro straps. Like I said, the instructions, let me grab that. This is the instruction, one page for both front and back. So it's talking about tuck this underneath the front like so. I'm not really crazy about that. Pretty sure we need to put those around like that. So it sits, that looks nice. I don't know if you can see that. I'll show it to you in a bit. Yeah, maybe the instructions are telling us to do the bottom first and then the top. I don't know. Let's give it a whirl, see what happens. Now these bottom seats are probably going to be easier than a lot of your trucks because this truck is the simplest plan. It has simple seats. It's all manual. There's no electronics underneath there. So yeah, mine will probably be a lot simpler than yours, and I do apologize for that. I wish I could demonstrate something a little bit more difficult, but I didn't end up buying one of those. All right, let me grab it. So if we look right here, you can see that this comes down to the plastic. So we're gonna feed this through under the plastic. As you can see under there, not a lot going on. I guess I lucked out, huh? So, let's keep on cracking. So each kit comes with one of these plasticky things. It's basically a piece of plastic with a piece of Velcro, both different types on each end. It's going to help you feed it through the side. So part of that is when you're feeding it through, remember you have rails that are stationary, rails that move with the seat. So when you wrap this down underneath, you're trying to avoid any of the rails that are mounted stationary to the truck. So let me see if I can't get a good picture of this. Maybe we see that this is a stationary rail. This is the rail that moves with the seat, and we want to either catch between this rail and the bottom rail, or if there's a better mounting point above, I will let you know. Okay, so I got the Velcro straps pulled through. One of them is right here. I pulled it down through underneath and through the gap between the movable rail and the bottom rail. The back side, the tie right here. So we gotta get this close to the back corner if we want a nice tight fit. What I did was I came down through here. So it's gonna be up out of the way. Should be out of the way of the rails. When it's cinched up, it'll be up. So, backrest, back part is Velcro, and it has two straps that come down. Here's one of them. I gotta find the other one. But these, I was curious how you connect them. Well, I'll show you. The seat portion of this has clips. You know something there? Yep, that's right. Clip. So you thread that on to the cabling, the rope that comes off the back seat, and that will tie it to the front of this. That should keep it nice and tight. We also have a set that go to the back of this to keep it all cinched down. All right, so let me get that going, and we'll bring you right back. So, a little bit of update. I found that this bottom roll that protects this whole back cover is held on by two clips. They clip on underneath. So you can remove those. Gives you a lot better access, as you can see. All right, so these will route forward. Then we'll have to extend the other ones. I'll route those back. Then this is after those are connected, Velcro. And so I'll have to route these forward. I'm gonna have to route some back because they clip back here. And then after that, you do the Velcro, and that is supposed to be what the process is to connect all this up. All right, so let me get working on that. While you're working, you either should probably disconnect your battery or work very carefully around these wiring, because this is the airbag wiring. So, last thing you need to do is cause yourself more money because you're being lazy and being impatient. Something that I would probably do. So let me cinch these down. Oh, got my clips. I can put them on the front. Come with me if you want to see. Although I still don't promise anything. Just so you know, the length of these, that is for the clip for the seat, or for the bottom part. This is for the back. So if you're just blindly doing it and you grab onto it, you're like, well, why isn't this cinching down? Well, that's probably why. Also, just so you remember, in through the closest to the clasp, out through the furthest, and that way when this lays flat, it pinches down on the nylon and holds it in place. The other one started. You don't have to latch them into that. It's just, for me, it's easier on my hands. So this is probably going to be one of the more difficult things because we have to now pull this tight, but we can't pull it this way, we got to pull it that way. And big hands. So we'll do what we can first, then we'll tuck the... Oh, look at that. Oh, probably see my big fat elbow. So far, that's feeling pretty dang good. Alright, those are cinched down. Time for the Velcro. That's one. Now let's get to the front one. For that, let's go ahead and put this back down. Let's clip down, and then this comes down. It goes right against the bottom. This one's going to be a similar approach, although we can't get nearly as tight as we did back there. Again, big reel hands. Okay, so the center console has three parts. It has, I believe that's the bottom seat. So it flips up. Got bottom seat, got lid cover, and oh, sorry, this is the bottom. This is the backrest, and then that's the lid. So let's get to it. Let's see how this installs. So this one doesn't seem to have any straps, so I would imagine it's tucked in under here and it's held on by these pillowy portions. Then back behind it probably goes through here, and this has a matching Velcro, so I bet you it attaches to that. Let me get a better view. So I'm gonna have to look this up, but everything I'm seeing, this looks like it's the right way to connect this. Seems a bit silly to me, but what connects back there is the little piece of Velcro. Connects right back here. This is the one piece I was really looking forward to, because as you can see I get sweaty. The dog likes to put his paws up here. That dog. He has an entire back seat, but nope, he wants to be right on top of you. Okay, so after I got the seats done, I had to take a break. The GoPro was overheating. I don't know if any of you run into that issue with the 7s, but man, they mine just does not like the heat. Well, neither do I. So, all right, so let's take a look at the back seat. There should be two pieces plus headrests. So here's our backrest, two headrests. Third headrest. This trick does have three headrests. I just pulled the other one out for the pup. Oh, funny story. So first time I opened up the back window for the dog, guess what he does? Sticks his head out, takes a good sniff, figures he likes it, decides to climb out while I'm driving down the road. I look back and I see this dog butt, and that's all I see. And no joke, I reach back, I'm grabbing him by the foot while trying to pull myself off the side of the road so I can pull him back into the cab. The guy behind me was just laughing his butt off, and there was a truck off to my right hand side. I had to go across 2 lanes to pull into a parking lot. That dude was laughing too, and everybody was cool about it. They let me get over. We got over and got the dog in, and yeah, that headrest, that's going back. He is not doing it again. That is just the worst type of feeling. You look back, you just see dog halfway hanging out of your truck. You're like, really? Anyways, back to seat covers. Let me go ahead and get set up and we will get back to this. All right, so the back looks like it's very similar in the latching mechanisms as the seat bottoms on the front. So let me get this prepped open. All right, so the back, a little bit too much. So the back just kind of lays over the front. The latches run down the back underneath the seat. It has Velcro around the corners. I would assume that it just kind of give you a little bit extra purchase on there. So let's give it a go. So all I'm doing is I'm tucking in the top outside of these to kind of hold it in place, so I'm not sitting here trying to fight it while I get everything lined up. So when tucking this in, you have the hooks, the metal hooks right here for car seats. Make sure that you tuck it above it, not below it, because if you try to go below it, it's mounted to the bottom seat. It's not going to work for you. With this tilted forward, you should be able to drop this down fairly easily behind the seat. Yep, there it is. And that just clips together like so, and it cinches tight like we did up front. But I'm not going to cinch it up right now. I'm going to get the rest of these dropped in. Alright, so I'm going to start cinching for the middle and work my way out, but that's just how I do it. Instructions weren't necessarily clear on this particular portion, so there's a little bit of, there's mounting hardware right here on each side. Looking at the position of the hardware, it's designed to go under it. Pardon me, designed of the straps. Looks like it's designed to go under it. Use it as a point for it to rest up against. So, handy dandy tool. Stick it on, pull it through. This lays flat against the back like so. To be honest, though those are really long Velcro straps, I just did it as best as I could. The hard part is these back straps, because as you cinch them down, the hook slowly rotates back. Now I can understand why they did it, but I think that they could have designed the product better a little bit by having the adjustment down here at the bottom of it with a long, I don't know, kind of long connector for the clasp. I don't know. Call my friends, see which one has small hands, see if I can get them to tighten them up a little bit. Because I don't like how poof. Well, that's a little bit better. Maybe it's just that side that's bugging me. It really could use another strap right there, but because you got two seat belts right there, that ain't gonna work. All right, time for the bottom seat. This is ridiculously easy. Velcro on the sides, Velcro on the front, Velcro straps, Velcro on the back. So long as it holds up to a puppy, I call him a puppy. He's only 2 years old. So long as it holds up to him, that's the important part. Everybody tells me, oh, he's not a puppy. He's 93 pounds. Well, you know what? German Shepherds get big quick. He's still a puppy. It's my best guess right now. We'll update that. Nope, those lines looked right. So this has cutouts for those baby seat hooks I was talking about earlier. So when you're doing this seam here needs to line up as close to the corner as possible, because the back side of the bottom seat is smooth. You can't get any Velcro on it, so you'll need a little bit of extra slack to get that taken care of on the back. Right now I've noticed that jamming it in first is probably the best move. Doesn't mean it's easy. So underneath the seatbelt clasps, like so. Lift it up, gives a little bit extra space. Alright, sorry about that. The GoPro overheated for the 4th time today. Yeah. I'm actually kind of regretting buying it. I wonder if the Osmo does it too. Anyways, so trying to tuck all this in under here, at least far enough that I can come through underneath. Grab it. Pull the rest of the way through. So we're going to pull it all the way through, attach it like that. Alright, so see that it's Velcroed right here, Velcroed right here. See, I learned a new thing. The buckles fold out from between the seats really easy. So maybe, in retrospect, next time when I take these off to clean them and put them back on, I'll just pull the belt buckles out from underneath. Jam them back up underneath. All right. See what the corners. And well, so one of the buckles is underneath the seat. I'll fix that later. Seeing as the dog is the only thing that rides back here. So just in time, smoke's rolling back in. Gotta love California and all their fires. Maybe one day we'll learn to stop setting California on fire and actually enjoy nature. Alright, so seat coverage done. A little pillowy. Not really crazy about that. But there's one more corner right there I gotta fix. Overall, I like the color. The fit is really good. But for the price, it's what I expect. All right, well, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and see you next time.